Hello friends, welcome to video lecture on fluid mechanics. In the today's session, we'll learn about hydrostatic forces on surfaces. Under this, we'll see the two cases: vertical plane surface submerged in liquid, and second one, horizontal plane surface. So let's start with the first case. Okay. So before that, it is very important to know. So right now we're studying the fluid statics. Okay, this chapter deals with the fluids at rest. This means that there will be no relative motion between adjacent and neighboring fluid layers. The velocity gradient, which is equal to the change of velocity between the two adjacent fluid layers divided by the distance between the layers, will be 0, or du by dy equals to 0. The shear stress, which is equals to mu into del u by del y, will also be 0. Then the forces acting on the fluid particle will be due to pressure of the fluid normal to the surface and due to the gravity. Okay, so total pressure and center of pressure. Okay, so total pressure is defined as the force exerted by the static fluid on a surface, either plane or curved, when fluid comes in contact with the surfaces. This force always acts normal to the surface. Center of pressure is defined as the point of application of the total pressure on the surface. There are the four cases of submerged surfaces on which the total pressure, force and center of pressure is to be determined. The submerged force, the surfaces may be vertical plane surface, horizontal plane surface, inclined plane surface, and curved surface. Let us start with the first case: vertical plane surface submerged in liquid. Okay, for that, consider the plane vertical surface of arbitrary shape immersed in the liquid as shown in figure. Let the small capital A indicate the total area of the surface, H bar indicate the distance of center of gravity point from the free surface of the liquid, then G indicate the center of gravity of the plane surface, then P is nothing but the center of pressure, H star indicate the distance of the center of pressure from the free surface of liquid. So total pressure. So first of all, we'll just do the analysis for the total pressure F. The total pressure on the surface may be determined by dividing the entire surface with us, and divide this entire surface into a small parallel strips. Okay, the force on a small strip is then calculated by total pressure on the whole area is calculated by integrating the force on the small strip. Consider the strip of the thickness dh. Here is the dh and the width b at the depth h from the free surface of the liquid as shown in figure. Then the pressure intensity on the strip, by using the hydrostatic law, we know rho g h. Okay, so area of the strip dA is nothing but b multiplied by this one dh. Total force on the strip, that is df, is nothing but the p multiplied by area. What's about this p? Already we know the value for the intensity of the pressure on the strip is nothing but the rho g h multiplied by area with us b multiplied by dh. So total pressure force on the whole surface is nothing but the F equals to integration of this one, because we have considered for the small strip. Okay, so for the total we can get by integrating of this small force, or small force acting on that particular single strip. Okay, so df, integration of df equals to integration of this one rho gh multiplied by b multiplied by dh. Okay, just take this rho g outside of this integration sign. So instead of this integration sign, b multiplied by this one h multiplied by dh will remain. Okay, so what's about the meaning of this one? b multiplied by dh is nothing but the dA. Okay, so what's about this indicate? This indicate the moment of the surface area about the free surface of liquid. So if you just say this one, a small portion we have considered, you are taking the moment of this surface area about the free surface of the liquid. Okay, whatever the area of this one, you have to take the moment of this area about the free surface of the liquid, just like the moment of force. Okay, so in this case, the area of the surface multiplied by distance of the center of gravity from the free surface. Okay, so meaning of this one, moment of surface area about the free surface of the liquid is nothing but the area of surface. So area of the surface with us, let us consider the area of this surface is nothing but the h. This h bar indicate the distance. Okay, from with the help of this one, we can take the moment of this dA. Okay, moment of the area about the free surface. Okay, so a multiplied by h r with us. Okay, so what's about the force we can get here? So the value for this one, rho ga. Okay, this term with us. Then next one multiply by h bar. Okay, so here this a we can a multiply by h term. Okay, this term we have calculated for this one, means we can get the value for the force by substituting or replacing this term by this one. So force we can get in this way, rho g multiplied by a multiplied by h bar. Okay, for the water, the value of the rho equals to 1000 kilogram per meter cube and g equals to 9.81 meter per second square. The force will be in Newton. Let us discuss about the center of pressure. Center of pressure is calculated by the principle of moments, which states that the moment of the resultant force about an axis is equal to sum of moment of the components about the same axis. Okay, so resultant force F is acting at P. If you just see the resultant force F acting at point P, the distance h star, just see the distance h star is with us from the free surface of the liquid as shown in figure. Is the moment of the force F about the free surface of the liquid is nothing but force multiplied by distance from the free surface. Okay, force with us F and this one, this distance with us h star. So we can get this information as F multiplied by h star. So moment of the force dF acting on the strip about the free surface of the liquid. In the same way, if I consider the small strip here, okay, so on the small strip, see in the vertical direction, if I consider the dF is nothing but the force acting, so from the free surface, what's about this one, dF multiplied by h become there, dF multiplied by h should be come here. Okay, with respect to this strip, dF force we have to consider here. Okay, now dF multiplied by h will come here. So next one, if you just see here, dF is nothing but the rho gh multiplied by, what's about this one, d multiplied by dh. This term will occur here. So dh already we know this one, multiplied by h will come here. Of moment of all such forces about the free surface of the liquid is nothing but sum, means here you have to integrate this term. Okay, so this term we have just calculated or analyzed for the small trip. Okay, so if I integrate all the small parts, then I can get the total value for the same. So integrate this term, in this case rho gh multiplied by b multiplied by dh multiplied by this one, h will remain as it is. Just take this rho g outside of the integration sign and the remaining part just keep inside of that integration sign. Okay, so here h multiplied by h, this term, okay, as it is, and b written here multiplied by dh. So here h multiplied by h is nothing but the h square, dh will remain as it is, and b as it is, rho g as it is. Okay, so here if you look towards this one, b multiplied by dh is nothing but the area for that small strip. Okay, so in this case we know this integration of h square into dA is nothing but, what's about this one, now this one, b h square into dh, this way, because you just see b multiplied by dh indicate the dA. Okay, so from this we can just write this in this way, integration of dh square into dh. What's about this one? This is nothing but the moment of inertia of the surface about the free surface of liquid. Let's consider this one as I naught. Sum of moment of about the free surface is nothing but the rho g multiplied by I naught. So in this way you can get the value for the sum of moment about the free surface, rho g into I naught. Now just equate equation number 3.2 with the next one. Equate this one 3.2 equation with the 3.3 equation. So means you have to equate this one with the this one. What do we get here? F multiplied by h star equals to rho g into I naught. In this way you can get the relation. After that just simplify. Rho g term will remain as it is. Okay, but we know this one. Already we have done the analysis here. F equals to rho g by a to h bar. Okay, so this term already with us. This one, F already with us. Just substitute this one for the F, this term h star, and this one remains as it is. So in this way we can get the h star equals to rho g I naught divided by this term goes in denominator, so rho g a multiplied by h bar. So whatever the terms get cancelled, just cancel them. Rho g get cancelled. Here the I naught divided by a h bar will only remain. By using the term of parallel axis, I have I naught is nothing but the ig plus a into h square. What's about this one? Ig is nothing but the moment of inertia about an axis passing through the center of gravity of area and the parallel to the surface of the liquid. Substituting I naught in equation number this one 3.4. What do we get here? We are replacing this one I naught with the help of this term. So what do we get here? H star equals to ig plus a h bar square divided by ah equals to, now just separate this term, ig divided by ah bar, and here in this case one h bar get cancelled, one a get cancelled, so this term only remains. So this is nothing but the h star equals to ig divided by a h bar plus h bar. This equation, h bar is the distance of center of gravity of the area of the vertical surface from the free surface of the liquid. Just see, h bar is the of center of gravity with respect to surface of the liquid. So clear that from this equation the center of pressure h star lies below the center of gravity of the vertical plane, lies below the bar, lies below the center of gravity of the that particular surface. Then distance of the center of pressure from the free surface of the liquid is independent of the density of the liquid. If you look towards this equation, density term is not available. Okay, is independent on the density of the liquid. Next one, for some of the standard areas, the value of the center of gravity, then area, then moment of inertia about an axis passing through the center of gravity and parallel to the base ig. Okay, this value with us. Then moment of inertia about the base I naught with us. Okay, so ready-made values of different areas with us. Surface, plane surfaces are given. First one rectangle, then triangle. Okay, ready-made values with us. We can use these values while solving the problems on the same topic. Here the circle case is given, then trapezoid is given. Okay, just see the one problem related on this topic. A rectangular plane surface is 2 meter wide and 3 meter deep. It lies in a vertical plane in water. Determine the total pressure and position of the center of pressure on the plane surface when its upper edge is horizontal and coincide with the water surface. Second point, 2.5 meter below the free water surface. Okay. First of all, write down the given data here. Width of the plane surface given 2 meter, then depth of the plane surface is given 3 meter. Okay. So according to this data, first of all, just complete this diagram. Okay. So free surface is here. Okay. Then the depth is given. Then the width of the plane surface is also given. Okay. So just try to write this points here. The center of gravity point with us. Then here is nothing but that location of H star. Okay. So total pressure is given by this relation. We know this formula, F equals to rho g into A multiplied by H bar, where the value of density rho is nothing but the 1000 kilogram per meter cube and g is nothing but the 9.81 meter per second square. So area of this one is nothing but 3 multiplied by 2. So we can get the area of this in short a rectangular shape. Okay. Then get the value of h bar. H bar is nothing but the distance of center of gravity from the free surface of the water. Okay. So what's about the h bar? So total this one height width is 3 meter. So half of this one can get the 1.5 meter. Okay. So what's about the f? Just substitute the value of rho g a and this one h bar. So after substituting all the values, we can get the value for the f as 88,290 Newton. So next one, depth of center of pressure is given by the equation. This equation already we have studied this equation, the discussion of derivation. So this is the formula with us, Ig divided by ah bar plus h bar. So from this formula, just see rectangular shape with us. What's about the value of Ig? Ig is nothing but the moment of inertia about the center of gravity of the area of the surface. Okay. So rectangular shape with us. Just see the formula b cube divided by 12 with us for the rectangular one Ig value. So what's about the Ig? B cube divided by 12 with us. So substitute the value of b with us 2 meter, then d with us 3 meter. Okay. Divided by this one 12 will come. After simplification, we can get the Ig equals to 4.5 meter raised to 4. Okay. So similarly, get the value for this h star. H star is nothing but already that formula with us Ig divided by ah bar plus h bar. Okay. Substitute the value of Ig here 4.5. A means here area with us 6, and what's about the h bar? 1.5 with us here. Also the h bar is written. Just put the value of h bar the formula. To the calculation, get the value for the h star equals to 2 meter. Okay. So this is nothing but the center of pressure on the plane surface when its upper edge is horizontal. Okay. Coincide with the water surface. Now in the next case, when you just say that lies 0.5 meter below the free surface of the water, then just see here the free surface of the water is here, then just see the how changes will occurs here. So in this case, the upper edge is 2.5 meter below the water surface. So total pressure F is given by this formula. Once again, F equals to rho g into A into h bar. What's about the h bar distance? H bar distance is nothing but 2.5 distance is added. Okay. You just see in the previous case, the free surface and this one, actually nothing is distance. Here 2.5 meter below the free surface of the water. Even in the next case, so you have to add this 2.5 with the half of this one. Why? Because the center of gravity point is lies at the half distance. We can get this one 2.5 plus 3 by 2 can get as 4 meter. What's about the formula here for the F equals to substitute the value of rho g a and h bar. To the calculation, you can get the this way 35440 Newton. Then calculate the value of center of pressure that can be given with the help of this formula. Star equals to Ig divided by ah bar plus h bar. Okay. The value for the Ig will remain as it is. The value of area also remains as it is. only change will occurs in h bar. Okay, so substitute all the values and get the value for the h star. Okay, h star equals to, after calculation, 4.1875 meter. Hope this problem clear to you. Let us move towards the next case, that is the horizontal plane surface submerged in liquid. So in this case, you just consider a plane horizontal surface immersed in static fluid, as every point of surface is at the same depth. If you just see this point, okay, there this any point lies here, okay, that is at the same depth on the free surface. The intensity of the pressure will be equal on entire surface and equal to rho gh, where this h is nothing but the depth of the surface. So let this a is nothing but the total area of the surface, and then the total force F on the surface is nothing but P multiplied by area. So what's about the P? So P already we know, rho gh. Here area A is here. Okay, so rho g multiplied by the same value will occurs for this one, because this one and this one at the same height. Okay, so h bar, just simply write the A multiplied by h bar, where h bar is nothing but the depth of the center of gravity from the free surface of the liquid, and this must be equals to h. Okay, similarly this one, h star is nothing but the depth of center of pressure from the free surface, also equals to h. Discuss one problem on the same topic. So in this case, you just see here, figure shows a tank of water. Okay, this way find the total pressure the bottom of the tank, then weight of water in the tank, then hydrostatic paradox between the results of 1 and 2. Width of the tank is 2 meter given. Okay, so here if you just see the depth of the water on the bottom of the tank. So what's about the depth? Here 3 meter with us, and here 6.6 meter with us. So total depth is nothing but the 3 plus 0.6. We can get the 3.6 meter. Width of the tank is given 2 meter. Okay. Apart from this one, the length of the tank at the bottom is given 4 meter. Then area of the bottom is nothing but here 4 multiplied by its width. Okay, length and the width with us 2, we can get the 8 meter square. So total pressure F on the bottom is nothing but the rho g A multiplied by h bar, that as per the formula discussed in case of the horizontal plane submerged in the liquid. Okay, from that F equals to rho g into A multiplied by h bar. This actually formula with us. Okay, just substitute the value for the rho g A and h bar. So what's about the A already with us 8, this one with us 3.6, depth of the water, this one with us 3.6. So the calculation, take the value for this one, 282528 Newton. Okay, that will come. And after this, the weight of the water in the tank is nothing but the rho g multiplied by volume of the tank. Rho g, we know the value here, rho value for the rho 1000, g 9.81. so volume of the tank is nothing but here in this case, what's about the volume, 3 multiplied by this one 0.4 multiplied by 2, because the width of this tank is given 2. Okay, then 4 multiplied by this one 0.6 multiplied by width with us 2. Okay, do the calculation and get the weight of the water in the tank. That weight must be 70,632 Newton. Now from these two results, is observed that the total weight of the water in the tank is much less than the total pressure at the bottom of the tank. This is known as hydrostatic paradox. I hope this problem and the two cases clear to you. Thank you.